You really want a dude coming off the sideline in a wet, rainy football game to get? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Here's the reality of the situation. I always said when I was playing football games like this, if I didn't sack the whole entire game, the one thing that I always hated was whether I was a backup, a regular player, any player. One of the things that I always say is this: I'm coming off the sideline cold. I could pull a hamstring. And I ain't used to the game. I ain't used to none of that. I'm in here and I'm playing with the line. I'm trying to figure out. Now all of a sudden, I got dudes that's hot, fresh, ready out of the game, lathered up, and I get sacked, or I hit my hand on a helmet, or I do something. You saw what happened to Quinn Ewers. Quinn Ewers came in the game after Tua. He cold off the bench. He almost threw a pick the first time he got the football. Man, listen, I didn't like it when they was bringing in Dylan Gabriel for Flacco. I'm like, no, if Flacco is playing poorly, let Flacco stay out there and do what he gonna do. But it's for me, I'm gonna sit here and do my thing. We're not about to we up 25. It's garbage time. I'm not trying to go in garbage time, Devin and dude. They're not putting in 12 guys. You up 25. The reality of the situation, nor Shedeur Sanders is not gonna gain nothing from going in up 25. Them little backup. His dad even said, I ain't coming in till you starting. Listen, hey, I ain't about to put him in today. For what? The reality of the situation is this. I want the full opportunity. Don't put me in if I'm auditioning for what I'm doing, don't put me in 35 seconds. I'm cold off the bench and then something happened. And you're like, oh my gosh, why did they even have him in? Nope, we're not doing that. No. Go ahead, finish the game. Do your thing. We'll get to the quarterback situation a little bit later on. But it's not no knock against them not putting him in. At the end of the day, Shedeur Sanders is like, listen, no, I'm not trying to be in there anyway. It's cold, it's rainy, I'm cold, and what good is that going to come out? I'm going to just hand the ball off to a couple of dudes. Nah, we got the game. The Cleveland Browns is up 25. They're up 31-6. There's no need for none of that. At the end of the day, we'll talk about when the opportunity is coming. Because, by the way, quarterback play, a lot to be desired. As we continue on, let's take a look at these what's the names. Let's get to this. Also, let's talk about this defense. A lot of people talked about the defense and talked about why they need to step up and why this, that, and this. The defense ain't been that good. Again, the defense showed me something to be encouraged by. You know why? Because you're going to need these same defensive players to be doing something at the end of the season. You still need a team. Look, you need, and let me talk about this in terms of development. Let me talk about this in terms of development. The Cleveland Browns got a bunch of young players, including Shedeur Sanders, Dylan Gabriel, including Carson Schlesinger, Mason Graham, all that good stuff. They want to build and develop that. The thing I do like about this situation is you can't be in a locker room and see people consistently losing. That's not good for your mental health of your team. And why right now, you're trying to teach people how to win games, how to learn games. I need people to understand that. How to win games and how to learn to win games. And what Myles Garrett said and came out and said was, hey, I need this to be popping off. I need us to be more creative. When he goes to Jim Shorts and says, hey, I know we can get home with 4. Hey, I know we can get home with 4, but bring some more pressure. When you get guys like Grant Delpit that say, I don't even remember what it is to win. The goal of this situation is you need to turn this winning mentality into something big, into something special, into something with some momentum. And having people around that don't know how to win, that you keep losing these football games, ain't going to help none of them. Not no quarterbacks, no nothing. So the fact that the defense said today, again, when the offense couldn't get no points, guess what they said? Well, we're going to show you again what we need to do. And that's lean on what we got. 3 interceptions, right? Multiple sacks, under duress. And this is a game, and this is a smooth game that the defense said, here we go, lean on us. Lean on us. Let's keep it pushing. Let's take a look at these stats real quick. I'm going to get to these stats. Trust me. Stick around. We always bring it back around. Let's talk about what we saw today in this box score. All right? We'll go through it. Shout out to the defense. Carson Schlesinger, big game today. 7 tackles for him. I thought Devin Bush played a really nice game. Alex Wright was all over the place on screens, outside tosses. He was just making plays all over the football field. He had 5 tackles, 4 solos, 2 tackles for a loss. Grant Delpit, 4 total tackles, 1 sack, 1 TFL, quarterback hits. He backed up what he was talking about during the week. He backed up what he was trying to do. I thought, where is he at? Let me show you. This dude, he showed me something. I'm looking at for him in a box score. Where he at? Let me see. Where my guy at? I know, listen, where is Jenkins at? Rayshawn Jenkins. Rayshawn Jenkins. I thought he had a nice football game. He had an interception today. I thought he was all over the field. He got his hands on the football, a tip. Tyson Campbell, who was victimized last week, and I called him out for getting victimized. I thought Tyson Campbell had a really nice game today too, right? 2 pass deflections. He actually came out with a turnover. He got a pick 6. I thought he showed a nice burst when catching Devon 18. This dude is an Olympic track style guy. Olympic track. And he walked him down to slow up a touchdown. So I thought he had a real nice game. Myles Garrett was Myles Garrett again today. He had another sack, 2 tackles for a loss, 2 quarterback hits. So I thought the defense, they backed up what they said he was going to do, and they backed up what he needed to do, right? So this all plays into the grand scheme of things. Because in my thought process, all you need is a quarterback. All you need is some competent quarterback play that is going to give me an opportunity and give him that spark. And the defense showed you today that they are still engaged and still playing with a level of pride, right? They calling out people, holding people accountable. And when Myles Garrett called out the coaching staff and said, y'all got to be more creative. Y'all better start giving the ball to Quinshon Judkins. You guys better start figuring it out on your end and holding the rope like we holding the rope. And that is very encouraging because, again, understand the thesis statement, leave that right here and watch how we bring it back. Let's get to this offensive side of the football. Let's start with the Dolphins. Tua was trash today. He actually got benched. He actually got benched. He was a veteran. 12 of 23, 100 yards, 4.3 average, three interceptions, sacked twice, 24.1 rating. Nasty work. Bye-bye. Quinn Ewers came in the game. He was not much better. He almost threw a pick the first part of the game. He looks just as pedestrian as I thought he would look. Devon A-Chain had some nice runs and bursts, but the Cleveland Browns defense held him in check. The only way they were scoring points today was letting Devon A-Chain kill him. They didn't let it happen. 13 carries, 82 yards, no touchdowns. Ali Gordon didn't do much. The Miami receiving, if your quarterback got 100 yards, we're not even reading their stats. That's not what we're going to do. But the Cleveland Browns at quarterback weren't much better. 13-18. 6.4 for Dylan Gabriel, 89.1 rating. Now let's talk about that. I thought he could have threw an interception that went right through the defender's hand. Jerry Jeudy caught it. There was another interception that he had. He threw that football, and they called a holding on, I think, Minka Fitzpatrick. That was questionable, but we'll take it. It was questionable, though. And most of his throws were bootlegs, things that are still under 5 yards, under 10 yards, and somewhere in that area. I thought Kevin Stefanski did a good job of creating a way that did not put the team at a disadvantage. And I think Kevin Stefanski all week felt the heat from people saying, oh, no, this isn't it. This offense isn't it. You're throwing the ball 52 times, 58 dropbacks for Dylan Gabriel. He ain't did nothing. And guess what? He came out today and said, you know what we're going to do? We're not even going to put the ball in his hands. We're going to have Quinshon Judkins come back here, and he's going to take these Wildcat snaps. And we're not even giving no opportunities. Won't be no fumbles or nothing. He understood the assignment. It's raining. Best guy is Quinshon Judkins, and Myles Garrett said it best. You stick with the run. If you take a look at it, if you get rid of the one long run of 46, you're looking at 24 carries for 40-some yards. That ain't crazy. But here's how the game of football works. If you keep going at it, you can break one, and now all of a sudden your average don't look too bad. Also on the goal line, instead of putting the ball in the quarterback's hands, turnovers, kicking field goals, you know what you do? Let's go ahead and direct snap it back to him, and let's see what he can do. And those 3 touchdowns in the red zone turned out to be what it was. Other than that, nothing crazy. Harold Fanning, 4 catches, 36 yards. Jamari Thrash had 1 catch. 2 catches for Jeudy for 17. I knew I should have sat you down for a reason. I did. Malachi Corley caught a nice screen pass, but that was half of it what it was. So you guys got to look at it like this. They basically said, we understand what the goal is. We got to come out of here with a victory. But let me tell you this. I said this before. Just keeping the football clean and throwing for 100 yards here or there is not going to keep your job. And I think a lot of people say this all the time, and this is what it is. I said, the reason why you got to make people uncomfortable is when you make people uncomfortable, you force them to do things that they would not usually do. And Myles Garrett says something very early last week. Let me show you what Myles Garrett, I said, this is unbothered Myles Garrett. This unbothered Myles Garrett. Let me take this down. Let me show you unbothered Myles Garrett. This is what Myles Garrett had to say when it came to Quinshon Judkins, right? What you say? G. Bush gave you that. When people is running around screaming, I can't believe Myles Garrett said that. I can't believe Myles Garrett. Run it back, G. Bush. What did Myles Garrett say he wanted to see? What did he want to see earlier this week? But people get mad for you telling the truth and putting that smoke. And for you telling them that I said this was spicy. Myles Garrett must have been having meetings with coaches all week. And I saw a different level of focus from Kevin Stefanski because they just put Quinshon Judkins in the Wildcats and say, quarterbacks be damned. Listen, when they see them first few footballs go out, when they see them first through throws and the interception that went right through the defensive back's hand, Jerry Jeudy caught it, and that other one they called back, said, oh, no. Here's what we're going to do. Come on here, sit by me. I'm going to get a ball to Quinshon Judkins in the Wildcat. I don't know if we got to dust the Wildcat off. What did you say, Myles? Hold on. What'd you say again, Myles? What did you want to see you wanted to see this where? You wanted to see this in Pittsburgh. What'd you say? Hold on. Now, Myles Garrett, I thought he was complaining last week. People was mad at him. He said that he would like to do what?
To see it, but it's all differently.
And you know what they did today, Myles Garrett? You know what they did today? They gave the ball to this young man and said, move the hell out the way. Remember I talked about spamming people? Sometimes you just got to get the ball to your best playmaker and move the you-know-what up out the way. Then you didn't see Dillon Gabriel dropping back 58 whole times for no points, no touchdowns, 58 whole times. They figured out that week, this ain't what it is. Then they definitely figured out, say, dang, if Flacco can do it, you know what we going to do? You know what? We be having receivers drop the ball, and we ain't really got a quarterback like that. So here's what we going to do. Hand the ball to Quinshon Judkins. And he did exactly what he was supposed to do, which is get touchdowns and easy ones. He run past dude. And this is the thing about the run game. And this is why I be trying to tell people over here, do not fret. We all know that you ain't got no quarter. We all know what it is. No shots to Dillon Gabriel. I mean, he didn't really play today. They just basically said, come sit by me. Don't be throwing the ball to nobody else. And we're going to hand the ball off and let Quinshon Judkins win this game in his defense. And that's what they did.